Welcome to the Conscious Creators Podcast, where we explore the real science of manifestation. We'll take you from mind mastery to self mastery. We'll share the yogic wisdom and its relation to neuroscience. We'll also explore quantum science and its relation to meditation. It's going to be an exciting journey, so if you feel stuck or overwhelmed, this is the right place to be. Get ready to go from the internet to the conscious net, because I believe this is going to be a mind-bending journey and give you the possibility to unlock your full potential. Welcome again. The central idea that I am promoting through this podcast, the whole idea,
Yes.
and we talked about this last time, right?
Yes.
The whole idea is that we are going through a lot of changes, and we are going from pandemic to an epidemic, fear epidemic, mental stress. People are really a lot of mental illness and stuff going through. People are experiencing the social media burnout. So that's the whole theme that I am trying to work with. And at the end of the day, what I am trying to bring out is that there is a paradigm shift going on, and we need to go from like mind mastery to self mastery. So that is what this all the podcast is going to be all about. But at the central theme, what the result that what I want to help uh, entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, okay, to manifest the life that everybody desires. Because as human beings, we are creators, right? We want to be, do, or have something.
That's right.
That's what, so the theme is always going to be, no matter what conversations we end up having, and when we are together, we end up going from here to there and whatever we be talking about, right? So uh, the whole purpose of this podcast for me to bring out is the information about the changes that we are going in the world right now, and at the same time, what is the end result by listening to this podcast. And that's the process of manifestation. That's
What do you see those changes being?
So right now, I personally talk about my life, what I am going through changes as well. Personally, in my close circle, my daughter, she also went through a lot of changes since COVID happened, right? So those 2 years were very hard, and she was doing very well until then. And then all of a sudden, when COVID happened, she had to start working from home. So that whole social structure for her outside, kind of fell apart.
Gone.
Right? And you couldn't
Yeah.
go out to the restaurant, you couldn't go out to the clubs or meet with your friends and have coffee,
Right.
go to Starbucks and stuff like that.
Very isolating.
Yeah. And so what happened was that really took a big toll on her. And eventually she ended up giving up on that job. She was getting so bored with it, sitting at home, not interacting with this thing. And the struggle that she went through, and she's still going through that right now, the adjustment period, how coming out of it is very hard. And I see a lot of this happening to a lot of people. I see quite often on the social media. And now the new word that I hear is the social media burnout, right? Because people used to be so 24/7. I myself find, catch myself every so often, like, it's like I went in for a second to look for something. Oh, let me look at this ad. And then before I know, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So
you're down a rabbit hole so fast.
yeah. So that's the whole thing that we are trying to discuss this. And so when we are as solopreneurs or as a yoga teacher, life coach, energy healers, that's my ideal niche market that I like to work with. Now, these are the people that are trying to help other people as well. People who are struggling, whether it is anxiety, depression, whatever you are
Right.
going through, right? These are the mental issues that we are experiencing more and more of. And then at the same time, there is so much stuff out there about trying to create the life that we want. Because when we talk about as human beings, we are mini gods, so we are a drop of the ocean. So if God is the ocean, we are the drop of that ocean. So we also want to be creators. We want to create lives. Everybody is going on a journey, right? We are life. I consider, like, if I give an analogy, I think we talked about it last time. It's a journey. We go from point A to point B. Eventually the point B being the death part of it, but that's really morbid to talk about. But we'll just talk about that we always have something that we are running after. So whether it is, we all have a theme of life, 7 themes there are. So it could be anything, whether it is relationship, love, money, success in business, fame, fortune, whatever. So we are pursuing that thing. Without that pursuit of that happiness that we, literally we talk about that happiness, right? Pursuit of happiness. Without pursuing something, we are not going to grow. And that when we come through that struggle of why I am not able to manifest, that's when we start to grow. That's when we start looking for outside source, or, try to figure out, okay, what is the universe, how it works, all that stuff. So basically, when as a human being, for us to grow, we have to go after something. And that is the central theme of our podcast. When we are on a journey going from point A to point B, we use our body and mind as the vehicle. So let's just talk about that as a vehicle, right? So body and mind as a vehicle to get to that destination. Now, destination could be anything that you want to manifest. And that process of manifestation is what a lot of people are struggling. And this is what I am seeing more and more on YouTube and a lot of other channels that I am trying to see, that everybody wants to create something, but in that process of creation, we are getting stuck in the mind.
That's absolutely so true. Stuck right there. That totally resonates. I can see a lot of people stuck. And it's in the mind. It's with the thoughts.
Right.
Those same thoughts, and one thought feeds another, and then we feel even more stuck.
So that's the theme, that what we are trying to figure out. Okay, so how do you control the mind? And I'm sure you have been through your journey, and you teach the same stuff. You are a master coach. When you bring in clients, you use the same process, or how do you use, do you use a lot of the mind mastery stuff?
Yes, but I also teach, regulation of the central nervous system, right? Get out of fight or flight so that you can actually move out of it and into that creation.
Yeah, that's the space, right? So we want to get out. See, one of the main thing that I like to share as far as the East and the Western world. See, we are very action-oriented society.
For sure.
Right? We have to do that. Just like now on the social media, it's like a frenzy going on. You must post so many times a day. You have to post on Instagram, and you have to post on Pinterest, and this and that. I'm glad it was after my time. Well, I shouldn't say after my time. I'm still here. So
I was going to say, it looks like you're still here to me.
Yeah. No, it's, I still consider myself old school. So what I am trying to say, that people like my age, okay, in the 60s, they went through a lot of changes. So for example, in when I was young, the biggest entertainment I had was the radio. That was the most electronic that I knew. Okay, we used to listen to the radio, and that too only 2 hours a day. No, 4 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. Those were the only times that we could hear the radio. We were the first one in our neighborhood to get a refrigerator.
Oh, wow.
We were the first one to get a car. a microwave. So in our neighborhood, we were the kind of, those, I don't know, what is the word we use here? Keeping up with the Joneses, or
Yes.
yeah. So we were the we were the Joneses in India in those days, right? So we were the first one to get a car. We were first one to get. So I'm talking about early, late 60s, early 70s, right? So then microwave came. So internet was a long time. Internet just came in the 90s. So internet is still a new phenomena, but
It
now
really is.
can you imagine our life without the internet or the cell phones? I mean,
I
we
actually
would be lost.
can. I remember it well,
Oh,
actually.
you remember it too?
Sure.
Okay. So,
I was that geek walking into the library, going through the card files,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
Doing
yeah.
decimal system and doing research and reading books.
You
I
know,
was that person.
I
No
wonder if,
phone, no internet, just the library, right?
yeah. So see, so since that period, so if I talk about myself or yourself, you probably can relate with that. That when in the 90s, or early 80s or mid 80s, we did not know MTV was the biggest thing
Oh, MTV was
on
awesome.
TV, right?
In the beginning, it
Right.
was
So
awesome.
that was going on then, and then all of a sudden internet took over, right? So from
Yeah.
there to this, now we are in the age of nanotechnology, right? The next phase that coming, I haven't even actually coined the name, but I am uh, almost thinking like a conscious net.
Oh, totally.
So it would be all about consciousness,
I would totally
right?
agree with that.
So
Yes.
at this point, at this stage in our life or in our times right now, we are using cell phone as an instrument. For, like, I call you on my cell phone, we are using the instrument, right? But I think in upcoming years, in the maybe few more decades, we won't have those nanotechnology, we won't even have this, and we'll be able to talk mentally. I mean, these powers are there. The human beings have these powers,
Oh, for sure. Oh,
right?
yeah, there's research on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So these powers are there, and that needs to be brought out. So if I talk about the consciousness, that we will be eventually able to get that, right? There is a science out there. There is a lot of technology that people don't know about, or we are talking about this stuff, but we
Yeah.
don't know how to use it, right? So my whole thing is that right now we are talking about the instrument as being
Mhm.
external.
Yes.
The times are coming where the body and the mind is going to be, in fact, the body and mind is an instrument.
Yes, it is.
So if you really, I mean, I enjoy listening to talks from Dr. Joe Dispenza, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's talking about the brain. But again, those conversations are still limited to the body. We are not talking about the field of energy or the matrix that we talk about, like in the movie, right? The matrix, the field of energy. So because we are spiritual being having a human experience. So as
Yes.
a spiritual being, the body and mind is made out of matter, but it connects with your DNA, and your DNA actually activates the quantum field, and that's how you manifest things. Now there are a lot of scientists talking about this stuff now, and I also love to talk about this is a topic of my interest, because it's a fusion. What I talk about is a fusion of yogic wisdom and quantum science and neuroscience, and uh, that's all what I like to talk about.
Right. And the shift, right? There's a shift
Yeah.
going on. And so we're talking about the shift being moving into the conscious net.
Thank you for tuning into another enlightening episode of the Conscious Creators Podcast. We hope you found inspiration and insights that will empower your life journey. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this podcast to help spread the wisdom so it can reach more seekers of truth and transformation. Your engagement really fuels us. Stay connected with us on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and download our app or join our thriving community. Remember, between where you are and where you want to be, the only thing that comes in the way is your mind. It's all about going from mind mastery to self mastery. Until next time, namaste.